Greetings, Starshines. It's Irma K. Sawyer of Cosmic Weather and Bright Star Consulting Services coming to you live from the Bright Star House in the high des of California. I haven't done one of these in a while, and there's quite a bit going on, including the big, beautiful, full strawberry moon and the solstice coming up next weekend, or this coming weekend. So I have some notes, as I always do, and thought we'd get into this. This is going to be in lieu of a written report this week. I thought I'd do a video because they're fun. You guys like them, I think. Thanks for watching them, by the way. First of all, our prayers and hearts are still going out to you, Orlando. Absolutely. One heart, one pulse. We love you. For those feeling discouraged and demoralized by recent events, I hear you. I recommend that you go to my author page at Facebook, Cosmic Love and Wisdom, to hear some encouraging words that were given on these topics from the Keepers last weekend. Another reminder, every day at 11:11 in your time zone, we are doing what we call the reality selection event, which is we are blasting the planet with a lot of love and light, positive mojo, and just supporting all of the other divine energy that's supporting this shift through this right now. I know it's a very difficult time, especially for empaths and sensitives. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Okay, so today we have the depth charge Scorpio moon. That's going to be around until Friday. And what makes this important, it is activating Mars retrograde in Scorpio. Okay, we've seen what taking that to the lowest common denominator with violence and vengeance and all this icky stuff does. But people tend to forget Scorpio in its highest aspect is the eagle. It's close to Great Spirit. It flies over the issues and the problems of the world. It's transformational mojo alchemy at its finest. So I recommend we utilize it for that divine purpose. Another thing that's important to mention, it is conjunct by sign to Chiron and Neptune in Pisces. Chiron, the wounded healer, Neptune now retrograde, also in Pisces. So what this means, I did write a full Neptune retrograde guide that is on the wall at Cosmic Weather, and it go into a lot of detail about that. But what this means is confusion may be up, escapism. There's a lot of tendency to escape, especially when we've got all this Pisces going on and retrograde Neptune. Like I said in the report, a little bit of diversion, activity, lightening up, playing with kids, taking a day off. This is all great, but checking out during these energies is a temptation, and it's to be avoided. Part of the reason for that is I guess it would be the fallout or the long-term effect of that kind of behavior can be worse when we have this kind of retrograde activity. Empaths and sensitives, the cosmic superhighway, there's a lot more debris, there's a lot more stuff going on. Do not neglect your daily grounding and centering. I wrote 2 books on this, the Aquarian Empath, Book 1 and 2. They're both available at Amazon. Speaking of that, I now have a compilation edition of the 4 Bright Star Empowerment books that is also out. It's like one-stop place. They're all there in one edition, which is handy. So I recommend that you check that out. They are available digital download and also in hard copy again at CreateSpace, Amazon, and Sony, and I believe Barnes & Noble. So they're out there. Okay, so what do we talk about? Avoiding excessive escapism. Again, a little bit of, diversionary activity to kind of lighten up. That's okay, and that actually helps keep us balanced and centered, because if we get too stressed out and too overworked, then we get depleted and imbalanced. So we want to avoid that also. Okay, so looking at the powerful full strawberry moon. I love a strawberry moon, don't you? Doesn't that just sound good? Sounds tasty, huh? Some strawberry lemonade comes to mind. The strawberry moon of summer, of June, which is actually June 20th, early in the morning at Pacific time. So what we have going on accompanying this moon, it's pretty intense, but I'll give you the antidote too, like I always do. Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune are in a grand cross with this moon. This is no joke of a full moon. Not really, they haven't been lately. 9-year, all of this intense retrograde activity going on. This can create feelings of being boxed in and being tense, but this also contains the antidote within it, because Sagittarius has to do with beliefs. It has to do with breaking out of beliefs that no longer work, especially with the full moon, which is all about transcendence and letting go. Right? New moons are traditionally about planting seeds, new creation. Full moons are culmination. So basically this is an opportunity to look at what's really not working in belief systems, both personally and collectively. I looked at the Sabian symbol for this moon, and I was so thrilled to see what it was. It just made my heart sing. And you know what it is? It is the Pope blessing the faithful. And you can replace the Pope with the Dalai Lama, with Divine Mother, with the Medicine Buddha, with any deity you would like. You can also replace it with yourself. And this reminds me of when I saw His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, some years ago, and he was doing a Q&A, and people were like, oh, Your Holiness, will you bless us? And he said, you bless yourselves. And some people were like, but I got it. I really got it. Because basically you are divinity. There's a Dalai Lama, there's a Medicine Buddha within you, of course. There's a Divine Mother within you. Another thing to share, we had a really powerful group event with my Akashic students on Sunday, which was divine timing right after the incident. There's so much beautiful divine energy, especially the Magdalene energies are just bathing the planet right now. So I feel like this is another opportunity to do your full moon work through meditation. We're also having an event, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. That's going to be on the 19th. Okay, so going back to Sabian symbol for Sag 30, the Pope blessing the faithful. Another interesting, very auspicious thing, His Holiness will be in Southern California this coming weekend, Father's Day weekend. So just having him closer is always nice. I mean, we can certainly tune into these divine beings no matter where they are on the planet, but there's something about when they're closer in the geographical area, at least for me, it's kind of easier to get in touch with them. Okay, so thinking about this, who are the faithful? This is the question. In this instance, it would be you. It would actually be the strong, those who refuse to give up, and those who are keeping the faith, which are all very Sagittarian principles. And again, that would be you, Starshines, people that are watching this video, so cheers to you. Okay, what else are we talking about this weekend? We're talking about summer solstice, winter solstice for our friends in the south. Of course, this is a very important landmark on the cosmic cyclical turn of the wheel, so to speak. This also will increase the power of this full strawberry moon. We are having our monthly event on the 19th at 6 p.m. This is not a free event, though we do have a sliding scale. You can find more about this on the Cosmic Weather page and also at the Bright Star page. So thinking about what else I'd like to add, basically like anything, I know this is a very difficult time right now for feeling demoralized again and feeling just kind of beat down. It's really important to understand that Mars, especially Mars in Scorpio, there's a lot of vitriolic, icky stuff out there, probably more than usual. Another important point, though, is Mars is going to turn direct on June 29th. Hallelujah. This has been an extremely difficult, I don't have to tell you probably, this has been an extremely difficult retrograde Mars cycle in Scorpio, and there's been some great healing that's come out of it. There's also been all kinds of destruction and craziness and low octave stuff that's come out of this. So basically, my advice this weekend is another powerful portal of energy. Whenever we have these, especially on the tail end of a traumatic event that affects the collective, there is a feeling of, oh shoot, I hope none of this stuff goes down. I completely understand that. Been there, done that. I'm an empath myself. I wrote 2 books on it. I totally get it. But what we need to do, remember the Pope blessing the faithful. Let's talk about what a blessing is, right? Blessings can take many forms. They can be physical healing. They can be financial. They could be letting go of emotional issues, right? They can be a lot of things. So this is saying that in completely divine timing, which I love, the Sabian symbols are so accurate. Bless you, Elsie Wheeler did such a great job on bringing those through from straight intuition, straight higher self. So that's right up my alley. I love it. It's not determined on any kind of charts or glyphs or anything like that. It was just straight in. And the more I work with these, the more I find them to be not only accurate, but right on the money, you know, in terms of events, in terms of world events. So what we're looking at, again, is blessing ourselves, blessing the planet, blessing everyone who's going through loss and grief right now. So this moon is so beautiful. I mean, we've already got the strawberry thing, which is so cool. Again, even though we've got some tense aspects with it, with the Grand Cross, this means some stuff's going to come up personally and collectively. But on the other hand, we've got a beautiful balancing, what I like to call the antidote, which is this blessing aspect, right? So yeah, we could stay small and stay pissed off and in our little box or whatever, or we could step into the higher octave of these energies. This reminds me of what Leonard Bernstein said. I shared this at Instagram. He said, in times of violence, it's not a direct quote, but you'll get the point. In times of violence, we must respond by creating music even more intently and even more passionately. And I said, I extended that to, we also must, this is all forms of art, even love. Love's an art. So basically, the invitation to what we've been through with these horrible events that affect us all, affect sensitive people so deeply, is not only keep the faith, right, like blessing the faithful, but to bring our contribution higher, bring it up to an art form. Are you a creative person? Take it up a level. You know, are you doing art in your room and you're shy and you don't want anybody to see it? Get it out there. You know, get your, however you contribute your light to the collective, you are so needed right now. Really. So this isn't a time to play small or be shy. This is a time to really get out there. So be the blessing. You are that, as the keepers like to say. Happy full moon and solstice, and keep it cosmic. Namaste.